I think that there's a spot, so I swing wide and go to hit it, and there's a dang Wrangler sitting there, Jeep Wrangler.
I think you guys are gonna like the story.
For 60 miles, I had been holding it forever for the service plaza.
So you took her picture and you were about to call her out for taking up a truck parking spot?
I started just pulling behind him and blow the horn and be like, you need to move. Like,
you're gonna call Prime and be like, it's a white truck. Like, do you realize how many white trucks we have? Like, what are you talking about? I don't know, it's just a white truck. It's got Prime on it. You know, they're just really ruining America, to be honest with you. I mean, don't do it. Guys, Freight Skater's back again. I got my good friend Brian Brooks with me. He's the creator of a web-based software that is a trucking accounting platform to maximize your profitability called OTR on the revenue.
Go to OTR.com and click the link to sign up today and get a free 30-day trial. After that, it's only $15 a month.
You gotta tell Timmy. You gotta tell me the story again. So what happened now? Like, so what were we just talking about? Oh, so I was telling you I wanted to put some graphics on the truck. I wanted to put something like a logo or Freight Skater Trucking with the YouTube and TikTok symbols and everything.
You were talking about how the guy said that your truck is all clean without.
That's right. This morning, so we're at Lenore City, Tennessee, and this guy walks up and he's older cat. I don't think he's been in the industry very long because he's wearing a safety vest. I don't know any like 50, 60-year-old dudes walking around with safety vests. I'm not being stereotypical. You guys could be out there. But I haven't seen it. So typically, you know, we only, as drivers, we only put a safety vest on if we have to. I do have a friend of ours that just loves it. He wears a safety vest every chance he gets. I don't know what that's all about, but he loves it. So, and he's not watching this either because he doesn't watch my channel, so I can say whatever I want about him. He'll never know about it. But anyways, so the guy walks up and he says, son, he says, man, that's a clean truck. He said, that combo you've got, that color combo, just enough. It's like, I love it. And I said, well, I appreciate it, man. He starts talking about how most Prime drivers have a bunch of stickers and stuff all over their trucks. And he's like, man, it's just way over, you know, it's just way overkill. And I was telling Mama, and she's like, yeah, you wanted to put all them stickers and everything else. I said, no, I just wanted to put something that just, you know, was just enough to make us stand out as our operation, as Freight Skater Trucking. So
you wanted to put your links and stuff on there.
Yeah, I wanted to put the YouTube emblem, TikTok and all that stuff, and put Freight Skater Trucking behind it, or at least Freight Skater or something. And I did want to put Invictus on the back at the top of the cab. And I had a quote I was going to put below there, and then like the Bible verse, Philippians 4:13, which is, you know, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So that was kind of what I wanted to do. She was totally against really any graphics. She just wanted the nice, clean look, and it looks good. It does. I love the truck. So her reasoning behind us not wanting to put anything on the truck was not just the appearance, but it was the marker identifiers. Because she seems to have more interaction with the motoring public than I do. So what's go ahead and mama tell your story. I
don't want to tell my story.
Seriously, I want to tell you, I want to hear your story again, because I think you guys are gonna like the story. It's a really good story time with Freight and Mama. So what's up? Go ahead and hit us up. What's up? So you had to go to the bathroom really bad. And were we on a high val or something, or
no?
What?
There was no truck stops. There was nothing for like 80 or 60 miles. I had been holding it forever for the service plaza, and it's one of those in the median in Florida. Oh, so we're in Florida. Okay, so yeah. I didn't know what state we were in. So we're in Florida. I waited forever to get there, and I pull in, and there's not but like 10 spots. It's not a lot of parking. And it was like a semi, a motorhome, then a bobtail, then another semi. And then I think that there's a spot, so I swing wide and go to hit it, and there's a dang Wrangler sitting there, Jeep Wrangler. And I started just pulling behind him and blow the horn and be like, you need to move. Like, I have to park here, you don't. You have other places to go.
And why do you,
I had to do a 30-minute break too.
Why do you as a truck driver have to park there? Like what?
Because we have to do a 30-minute break.
Legally, right?
Legally,
FMCSA
yeah. Legally,
standards,
we have to stop and do breaks.
We're bound by certain time frames.
I had to do a break, and I had to go to the bathroom. And my clock was running out. And the next rest area was like, or stop or anything, was like another, I don't know, 50 miles. It was forever, and I was not going to make it. I had to go to the bathroom. And I don't think, yes, you were asleep. I don't think my clock was going to make it either. And I was getting aggravated. I was getting really mad.
So you were going to tear down somebody in a Jeep Wrangler because they took his parking spot?
I was about to lay into him because that really ticks me off. These are the worst pet peeves I have out here. And so I go to pull in there, and then I'm like, nope, I'm going to try to be a good person today. And so I go on down.
Why?
Because sometimes when I act ugly, I get punished for it.
The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. That's right.
So I decided to go on down. I had to shake my head so they knew I was disappointed in them. But then I went on down.
Did you see them?
Yeah, they were standing there and they looked at me when I almost reared into them. So yeah, because I was swinging around. Yes, they're standing out there running their mouth.
So you just looked at them, you just went?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And then
or did you point too? Like,
no, I didn't point, but I should have. I shook my head. They knew I was upset. And then I went on down, and of course, once
you should have done like the monkey in Chris's room on like Family Guy. Just like looking down on them.
Well, of course, I guess they knew my disappointment. So immediately, once I went on down and I finally found that parking spot that I'm about to tell them about, they left. So I guess they got the clue that, hey, you know, we're not welcome here.
They're like, man, that lady in that truck, we really made her mad.
Yeah. And so
we gotta get out of here before she does something.
Exactly. Hurry up and get out of here before she walks back up here. She found a parking spot down there. She might walk back. But anyway.
Oh my gosh.
So I found one more parking spot, and right beside me is a lady in a little Winnebago. Well, it's a I don't know who it was. It was a Winnebago Sprinter van.
Sprinter version van, yeah.
And that Sprinter van didn't even take up a third of that parking spot. And I'm thinking, if this spot was
so it was in a full-size truck spot. It wasn't like a bobtail spot. It was a full-size.
No, it's full. No, those spots for tractor trailers are full-size spots. Now over there in the center, like behind the plaza, they have bus spots and camper spots and things like that.
So this is on the Turnpike, Florida, right?
Yes.
In the middle center plazas or whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
I pulled up and I noticed that once I got in the spot, I'm mad because I'm like, man, if this had not been here, I'd have been in some trouble. Like between my clock and me having to go to the bathroom, like I would have been in some trouble. And it's not right that I would have been in trouble, and yet there's a Wrangler sitting here. They're all outside the Jeep just having their self a grand old time running their mouth. And then there's a lady over here or someone in a Sprinter van living their best life, doing whatever they're doing. I don't know if they're in the plaza or in the
needless to say, you're like a few minutes away from needing new drawers.
I'm a few minutes from getting out of that car and going crazy on people, getting out of this truck and going crazy on people because I'm so mad. I'm just aggravated at everybody because I had to go to the bathroom so bad. So everybody's getting on my nerves. And I see on the back of her thing she's got an Instagram, and
she got her little labeling.
Yeah, she had her little label, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna label you all right. I'm about to post you on Instagram.
So you took her picture and you were about to call her out for taking up a truck parking spot?
I was going to tell her.
Because obviously as an RVer and traveler, they don't have to stop anywhere and do a mandated break. They can just drive 24/7 if they wanted to.
Yeah, and they even though she is probably a little too big for a car spot, she could do 2 car spots and pull through. Or she could go over there to the RV section, pull off to a curb. You can whip that little thing anywhere. But taking up a full-size spot for a semi-truck, especially with the gap of that like that service plaza didn't have anything like 50 or 60 miles before it, 50 or 60 miles after it.
Right.
Like it ain't like, okay, I could have just went down to the next section.
Wasn't very considerate of that traveler, was it?
No, ain't considerate of any of them. None of them belong there, but whatever. So I started to go and roast her butt on Instagram, and I searched her first. It's a little old lady with her dog traveling the country. Couldn't bring myself to do it.
So was she like 80 years old or
She's
something?
Old.
I'm not gonna call her out in the comments.
If it had been a young couple, like one of these RVers living their best life, working from the van remotely, traveling, seeing the country together, blah, 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 I would have straight roasted them. But bless her heart, she's retired and trying to
Stretched out there trying to live her best life, not get attacked by truck drivers.
Well, they don't need to be parked there. I mean, if that's one thing that the troopers and law enforcement need to do, they need to tell people, hey, listen, you know, these spots are designated for semi-trucks.
So if it's your first time joining the channel and you're not a truck driver, okay, and you just watch this just for recreation, I appreciate you guys' time and your views. But
don't park in our parking spots.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you heard it here. Don't do it. Anyways, so yeah, we as drivers, professional drivers, we hold a CDL Class A license, and we are required by the FMCSA to take mandatory breaks, whether that is a 30-minute break to regain hours on your drive clock, or whether it is a 10-hour break to regain hours on your 14 clock and your drive clock, and so on and so forth. Or 34-hour breaks if you run out of time on your 70 through the week. So we have no choice. Legally, we cannot drive if those clocks are depleted. So what Mama is so upset about.
And we do not have the amenities of a motorhome. We don't have restrooms on here, and some of us don't have food on here and stuff. So you just
think she had like a bathroom on there?
Yes, it was a motorhome van. It was a, I'll post a picture.
So it wasn't like one of the old shag vans that just had the sofa in the back laid down?
It was I showed you a picture of it. It was a brand new, like,
yeah, but
Mercedes Winnebago.
I didn't see the inside of it. It was a Mercedes? I thought it was a Dodge.
No, it was not. Hold on, I'm about to tell you. She even posted something.
Oh, she could have afforded that tongue lashing. You should have just gave her hell about that.
Hold on, let me see.
How dare her be?
Winnebago Travato, whatever that little thing's called. I think Mercedes collaborated on it though and made it. No, it's a big old fancy van.
Big old fancy van.
Yeah, that thing's got
her and old Poochie. They're just her and look at her with the gas can on the back, like she's going rugged, like she's going out in the wild. She gonna run out in the jungle or something. Go out there with that dog.
Oh no, it is. It's made by Ram.
Is it? It's a Ram. Okay.
It's still a brand new one of them motorhome vans.
Oh yeah, she got the little jacked up tires. Yeah, she got jacked up. She got some mud tires on it.
That's why I thought it was one of these young couples out venturing and seeing the country and all that.
And Nana cashed in on a 401k somewhere, and she's out there living her best life on the beach.
Them things are probably as much as a motorhome.
And in the jungle with the dog, got the little Poochie with her. So anyways, Mama doesn't want anything on the truck, because when she does stuff like this and she's going after you guys parking our parking spots, we don't need to be identified. So what did you say? Like, they're gonna call Prime and be like, it's a white truck. Be like, do you realize how many white trucks we have? Like, what are you talking about? I don't know, it's just a white truck. It's got Prime on it.
It's funny until truck drivers get tickets for driving without taking that break or missing that break, things like that. And the next, actually, I don't remember if there's another truck stop. I remember that the next place I'd stop was the Loves where we swapped, but I'm thinking there was nothing after that until that way station. But anyway, the bottom line is I had to stop. I had to stop there. And it just made me mad.
Nature called, and you had to answer that phone call.
She could pull off at a Walmart. She could pull off at a shopping center, anywhere that
this is one thing that most passenger vehicle operators don't understand, is the limitations that come along with driving a commercial vehicle. Not only are we under certain stipulative, like strict regulations, like overall, time is our worst enemy. We have to bow down to the clock. Like, we don't have a choice.
Well, and the amenities. If you don't have a bathroom and you need to go to the bathroom, you need to get to a facility with a bathroom that has truck parking.
Right.
And that's limited.
Even some of the hotshot drivers, these guys that are driving these shorter trailers, like, I mean, just to pick up like a short little 16-foot trailer.
You can maneuver that
thing
in somewhere else.
You can park anywhere with that thing. You know what I'm saying? So when you guys go in there and you take up
Walmart knows, you're just hauling cars to your car lot. You own a dealership.
Yeah.
They see us out there, they're like, oh no.
Big money. We're going to boot him, get that $500. So, which, you know, there have been instances where hotshot drivers and RVers have been booted by Walmart and other businesses like that, and I get it. But guys, you all, you know, passenger vehicles are way more maneuverable in spaces versus a truck. We can't just go, I can't just pick a Zaxby's and be like, I'm just gonna park there for the night. There's no way.
But there's places that cater to RVers. Cracker Barrel allows RV parking. KOA has RV parking. Most Walmarts allow RV parking. A lot of businesses cater to RVers.
Yep.
That no one caters to truck drivers except for truck stops, which they call them now travel plazas, and they allow
there are some rest areas that are trucks only, and passenger vehicles still get in there and take the spot. I don't understand. Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah. And it's for big truck, commercial trucks only.
I don't think motorhomes and campers should be allowed in rest areas or travel plazas.
Now I understand the full-size motorhomes, okay? Like the big, huge super coaches.
They're still allowed at Cracker Barrel. I understand, but
that is still a larger vehicle, so sometimes it does make sense.
And they are made to travel.
But if you're driving like a 93 Chevrolet Astro van, please don't take a truck parking spot at the truck stop, man. Like, it's not...
anything.
It's not cool, man. When you have to stop, when you're exhausted physically, okay? And even if you have time and you're exhausted and you have to stop for safety reasons, like, we need those spots.
If you're traveling in a motorhome or a camper, you have amenities we don't have.
Right.
So rest areas have amenities we need. Truck stops have amenities we need. You're wasting space from us. I don't think that there needs to be a law kicking like motorhomes, campers, and things like that out of rest areas and truck stops. I just don't think they belong there. KOAs, Walmarts, Cracker Barrels, they need to start their own little trucker path thing like we have, where they can see what spots are available, or just go to a KOA. You're traveling anyway. I mean, I
think the lack of consideration, though, is due to the lack of knowledge about what we...
They let their slide outs out. So they'll take up a spot and then they'll camp for the night and let their slide. I saw that the other day. After I passed that, which it was a way station, so whatever, they can have that. I ain't gonna fight them for the way station. But they had...
And some of you guys are gonna be like, oh, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You should be able to park at the way station. Like, listen, man, just because God's got my back, you know, doesn't mean I'm just gonna like jump off into the ocean with 6 great whites. I'm sorry, man. I feel like he gave me a brain for a reason, so I'm gonna try to use that. So anyway.
But there were some campers, and they had a pull behind camper, but at the way station had pulled up. They had their on and out and was outside watching TV at a parking spot in the way station in Florida.
Heck yeah.
I mean, I'm like, you can have that.
Living their best life.
Yeah, I mean.
Camped out in the way station.
That's what they did. Over there in the back, behind the, you could see them from the road with their TV going. And that was cool. I mean, that's fine. They can do that. We don't even have bathrooms at way stations.
Right.
So, I mean.
Well, I mean, they're in RVs, so they got their own bathrooms.
But my point is, though, like,
they can do that. We can't. Yeah, I got you.
Y'all can have the way stations, Walmart, Cracker Barrel.
Y'all know who y'all are, too. Yeah. Like, you really do.
Now, it's like, Mom, she broke down one time in her motorhome, and she had to pull into a TA. They were trying to help her get it fixed. That's different. You're broke down, you're waiting on a tow, like you're stuck there, that's one thing. I mean, but just to park there to save money, because you got the money to travel, but you don't want to spend the money to park somewhere.
What do you think about local drivers that take their personal vehicals, move their day cab trucks out of the spot, and put their personal vehicles there so nobody else can park there all day long? What do you think about that?
I wish I could park my trailer on top of it.
I wish I could park my trailer on top of it. So guys, be kind. You know, think about, you know, the restrictions that are in place for commercial drivers. And, you know, a lot of people say, I've been hearing this for years, there's a truck driver shortage, I promise you guys, there's no truck driver shortage, okay? You go try to find somewhere to park at 2 a.m., any given day of the week, it's impossible. Like, there is so little parking for trucks out here, it's nuts. And like, when you're riding down the highway and you start noticing all these trucks parked on these exit ramps and on the shoulders,
which our company is cracking down on, and most other companies.
Yeah, which is not safe. Don't get me wrong, it's not legit, it's not safe. But that's why they do it, because there's nowhere for them to go. Now, some of them do it because they're scared of backing and stuff like that. But most of them, there's nowhere to go. You really have nowhere to go. I mean, it's just... You're limited so bad.
That driver's sitting there with no food, no restroom, nothing.
Yep.
Stranded there. Meanwhile, there's a camper or a motorhome watching TV with a bathroom, all amenities.
Probably got a grill.
AC.
Probably got some nice wine.
Sitting in a truck parking spot somewhere.
Probably doing drugs. I mean, we don't know. You know, there's just so much
I don't know what
that we just don't know. I mean, they're probably drunk, you know.
Stop playing.
It's insane. These people out here in these motorhomes are just, you know, they're just really ruining America, to be honest with you. I mean,
I just think, and something else they don't realize is we have to spend, if there is no parking, but there is available parking in the paid parking, we have to pay to park.
Yeah.
So if they're taking up spots in free parking, then we're having to pay for a spot that they're taking up, and they're on vacation and we're not.
Yeah.
We're at work having to pay for somewhere to park our truck just to sleep.
So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you guys were encountered with this type of situation, you're running out of time on your clock, you have to go to the bathroom immediately, and the only spot that you can get into is taken up by a small four-wheeler passenger vehicle. What would you guys do? Would you say anything to the driver? Would you do anything about it? Let me know in the comments below.